Hola, guapos. Okay, so our new chapter is focusing on body parts, and we're going to be talking about how like certain body parts, like certain parts of our body hurt. And the verb for like to have a body part hurt you, ache, is doler, D-O-L-E-R, and that verb is a Gustar verb. What I mean when I call verbs Gustar verbs is I mean that they follow the Gustar formula. You learned the Gustar formula in Spanish 1, but we've only touched on it a little bit this year, and many of you might have forgotten it. So I want to go back and review the Gustar formula. When I walk you through these notes, I'm also going to post these notes as a material on Classroom, so you don't have to worry about like writing this down as you watch the video. Just kind of watch and process is what I'm asking you to do. So Gustar verbs, well, we know that Gustar means to like, and it's different than normal verbs because it gets its own special formula. Now this is a really important part right here because this part is our formula. Gustar verbs start with the letter A, and then you have the subject. The subject is like a mí, a ti, a él, a ella, a Juan, a Sara, a Rebecca, whatever. Then you have the indirect object pronouns. We just reviewed indirect object pronouns, me, te, le, nos, os, les. Okay, let's see. Now, with Gustar verbs, you're using gusta and you're using gustan, okay? So we'll talk about how to choose between the two. You do not use yo with Gustar verbs. Instead, you're going to use me. You do not use to with Gustar verbs. Instead, you're going to use ti. So this is how the beginning will look for each sentence. A mí me gusta. Okay, so I need to fill in the me here. Bear with me. A mí me gusta. A ti te gusta or gustan. Those are your two options for each one. Gusta or gustan. A él le gusta or le gustan. Now, if this is all really familiar to you, don't give up watching, because I'm going to, at the end of this video, talk about new verbs that work with this formula, and that's going to be the really important part. So if you remember all this from Spanish 1, don't fret. There's going to be some more difficult parts to this. I'm really bad at using the camera and also my mouse at the same time. Sorry. So a mí is optional and a ti is optional. Just so you know, that's why they're in parentheses, because the only thing that goes with a mí is me. The only thing that goes with a ti is te. But if you look here, see how le has so many options, and any name. I mean, there's an unlimited amount of names, like a Juan, a Paco, a Pablo, right? So a nosotros goes with nos. The nosotros one is also optional because, as you can see, the only thing that goes with nosotros is nos. So a nosotros is also optional. When I push these notes out to y'all, I'll put the a nosotros in parentheses so you can realize it's optional. And then this is going to be any name here. And a mí. That is basically equivalent to like a Juan y yo. You know how a Juan y yo would be equal to nosotros? That's what that's equivalent to. And so that would be nos. Okay. A ellos, that goes with les. I'm really bad at typing and holding this camera, so hopefully you guys are doing okay with this. You're not getting dizzy. A ellas, les. Anyone name and anyone name. Notice there's an in front of each name. So that'd be like a Juan y a Pablo, les. I should say a Juan y a Sopa. A ustedes, les. And then you all here would be like anyone name y a ti, and that is also les. It could also be vosotros here, so you could use os, but you know we don't use vosotros. This is anyone name y a usted. That's the formal version, so that cannot be vosotros, so it could only be les. And notice all these are gusta and gustan. We'll talk about later how to choose between gusta and gusta. Oh, actually, that's our very next slide. How do you pick between gusta and gustan? Well, it's easy. You have to look after the verb. That means look after the verb, not before the verb. You look after the verb. So you use gusta with infinitives. Infinitives are verbs that are not conjugated. So they end in AR, ER, and IR. You could have 1,000 verbs that were not conjugated and it's still gusta. So we have this example here. We like to run and to work. So that would be I have to one-hand type, so this is slower than usual. A nosotros nos, and it's singular gusta because what's going to come after it are infinitives. Correr y trabajar. It doesn't matter that there are two infinitives. As long as you have any infinitives at all, you could have 1,000 infinitives and it's still going to be gusta, the singular one. Okay, you use gusta. This is the second point for when you use gusta. You use gusta with plural nouns. I'm sorry, I lied. You use gusta with singular nouns. Singular nouns. So you look for the el, the la, the un, or una. So they like baseball. And also in the Gustar formula, using the definite article is mandatory, not optional. So whereas in English we say they like baseball, in Spanish you have to say they like the baseball, and you have to say the baseball. It's mandatory. A ellos les gusta el béisbol. When I push this real notes out to, oh, nope, it added my accent. I was going to tell you that I would add the accent, but actually it auto-corrected the accent in for me, so I don't have to worry about that. Use gustan. Now we're talking about when to use gustan. So we went from using gusta. Let me recap. Gusta, infinitives and singular nouns. Now you use gustan with plural nouns. The difference between plural and singular, plural more than one. So if you look, those would be los, las, unos, or unos. He likes sports. Now remember, in Spanish, it's mandatory to say he likes the sports. So that would be a. You start with every formula starts with L if you go back. I'm sorry, every formula starts with a if you go back to the formula at the top. And then the subject, L. The L will have an accent on it when I push these notes out to you, but can't do accents with one hand. A-L, lay, and it's plural, gustan, because sports is plural. Los deportes. Wee. Oh no, that was a number 2. Use gustan with more than one singular noun. So if you look down at my example, Juan likes baseball and soccer. That's actually plural. That makes 2 things. So Juan, oopsie, you don't see what I'm typing. Hold on. Juan lay, that's one person, so it's lay. Gustan, and notice it doesn't have anything to do with the person because it's one person and it's lay. That's what Juan lay. But what has to do with what comes after the verb? So el béisbol y el fútbol. It's 2 things. So since it's 2 things, it is plural. Now I know that some of these things needs accents. Maybe I can get some. Nope. So I will add those before I push out these notes. Don't worry. For all those detail-oriented children out there. If you don't like something, you put the no in front of the me te le nos os or les. So it goes in front of the me te le nos os or les. So Juan does not like baseball and soccer. Juan, and then this is where you would put the no in front of that. No le gustan, because there's 2 things that Juan doesn't like. El béisbol y el fútbol. A Juan no le gustan el béisbol y el fútbol. Okay, and this is just reiterating. In Spanish, you must include the el, la, los, las in front of the noun. I like pizza. Me gusta la pizza. And so that's literally, I like the pizza. The pizza is pleasing to me. Now, this is the new information. This is the most important slide. I'm going to highlight it up or something. It's very important. I'll have it highlighted for you when I post it too. This is highlighted because this is the new Spanish 2 stuff. Everything up until now was review. I'm actually going to do a part 2 video where I break down these new verbs for you. But on your list, you have all these new verbs, and all of these new verbs follow the Gustar formula. There's a spelling error here, sorry. The main one that we're actually going to be using is the verb doler. So I'll give you a whole slide, a whole, note just about doler alone. But doler means something on your body hurts, duele or dwell in. It's a stem changing verb, so it looks like this as the infinitive, but it changes to duele and dwell in. It's a O to UE stem changer. Each one of these verbs, importar to matter, encanta to love, fascina to be fascinated by, parece, seem, interesa, interested by, molesta, annoy, bother, disgusta, dislike, choca, to hate, and doler, they're all used with nouns, not people. So we'll learn how to say to love and to hate used with people. But these are all used with nouns, not people. They're also used with verbs. And they all follow the Gustar formula, which I put the formula right up here. So if I said sports matter to me, I would say, a mí me importan los deportes. I love school. A mí me encanta la escuela. I am fascinated by running. A mí me fascina correr. Spanish class seems boring. La clase de español me parece aburrida. Me parece aburrida la clase de español. I am interested in books. Me interesan los libros. I am annoyed by dumb people. Me molestan las personas estúpidas. I do not like chocolate. Me disgusta el chocolate. That's a lie. I love chocolate. I hate homework. Me choca la tarea. Me choca la tarea. My back hurts. Me duele la espalda. Okay, stand by for part 2 where I go into our new Spanish 2 verbs.